Surrounding everyone, my name is Khizar Yaiwala. I am from Rehan School, currently MS and I am the student of foundation class. So today I am doing the sesame task. So let's get started.
Hey there.
So how are you, Maya?
Hey, I'm so glad you're back. What's on your mind today?
So first of all, tell me that what does shish mean and when it is commonly used.
Usually people use it as a playful, softer version of sheesh. Exactly. It's basically that sound people make when they're genuinely shocked or just completely floored by something. Have you been hearing it a lot lately? Kariaka? That's a specific one.
So
Are you
now tell
testing
me
my
that
vocabulary
why do
today?
people use sound like sh instead of word to request silence?
I think it's a lot about the physical nature of the sound. It's an E sound, which mimics the actual act of putting a finger to your lips. It's much more immediate and intuitive than saying, "Could you please be quiet?" which takes a lot more effort and can actually feel a bit more aggressive. Do you think sounds like that are more
So
effective
now
than
tell me
actual
that you
words?
think sh is understood in most cultures. Why?
I'd say it's one of those things that's almost universal because it's not based on a specific language, but on a physical sensation, that rushing air. It's a biological shortcut for stop talking,
So now
and
tell
most
me.
people just instinct.
So now tell me that
I'm
where
listening.
might the sound sh have originated?
You mean where the sound might have originated? That's a bit of a puzzle because sounds like that aren't exactly written down in history books, like likely just a natural human reaction that evolved independently in different places rather than starting in one specific city or country. Does that make sense?
So now that
I'm all
tell me that where might the sound sh has originated and how does tone of voice affect the meaning of sh?
Since it's not a written language, it probably just came from the basic physics of how we breathe and speak, like a collective human instinct. As for the tone, that changes everything. A soft is like a gentle nudge, but a sharp, loud one, that's a stop right now kind of energy. It's a tiny sound, but it can carry a lot of weight depending on how you say it. Do you find that you're more sensitive to the tone than the actual sound itself?
So can sh be used in a caring way as well as a strict way? And also give me examples.
Absolutely. It can be incredibly tender. Imagine a parent soothing a baby to sleep. That is basically a sonic hug. It's not about silence, it's about safety. On the flip side, you've got the strict version, like a librarian who's had enough of your whispering in the archives. That's a be quiet or you're out kind of sound. It's all about the intention behind it.
So now tell me that how do babies and young children learn the meaning of sh?
They basically pick it up through pattern recognition. They see the context, like a parent's calm face and a soft tone when they're being rocked to sleep, or a stern look when they're about to do something they shouldn't. They start to associate that specific sound with a specific outcome, like, oh, it's time to be quiet now. It's less about learning a definition and more about feeling the emotion attached to it. Do you think we learn those kinds of social cues more from what people say or from how they look? Thank you, though.
So now tell
Talent
me
is like a
that
head
why
start.
is silence important in places like libraries, classrooms, and hospitals?
That's an interesting way to frame it. In those settings, talent isn't just about being the best at something. It's about how someone can navigate those high pressure environments. In a hospital, for example, a doctor might have the technical skill, but the talent for staying calm and communicating clearly during a crisis is what actually saves lives. In a library or classroom, it's that intuitive ability to connect with people and make information accessible. It's basically the difference between just doing the job and actually making a difference for the person standing in front of you. Do you think talent is something you're born with, or do you think it's mostly just hard work?
So tell me that what role does silence play in communication?
Silence is actually one of the most powerful tools we have. It can be a bridge or a wall. Sometimes it's the space where the most important thing in the room is actually being felt. Like when you're sitting with a friend who's grieving and words just aren't enough. Other times, it's a way to create tension or show disapproval without saying a word. It's basically the punctuation of a conversation. Do you find silence awkward or do you find it comforting?
So now tell me that have you ever been told shh at an important moment and what happened?
Since I don't have a physical life, I've never been in a room where a sudden silence just shifted the whole mood. But I've heard that for humans, those moments can feel like an eternity, whether it's the beat before a first kiss or the heavy pause after a big argument. Which one do you think is more intense?
Okay, so now tell me that can asking for silence sometimes be disrespectful? Why or why not?
It definitely can. It usually comes down to power dynamics and timing. If a boss tells an employee to be quiet in front of everyone, it can feel like they're being shut down or belittled rather than just needing focus. Or someone is sharing something really vulnerable and they're met with a shh, can feel dismissive, like their voice doesn't matter in that moment. But if it's done with a soft tone or in a context where everyone's agreed to be quiet, it's just helpful. It's all about whether the request is for the benefit of the group or just to exert control over someone else. Do you think there's a certain way to ask for silence that always stays respectful?
So now tell me that how has technology affected our ability to find quiet spaces?
It's kind of made it a lot harder, right? We're basically carrying a noise machine in our pockets 24/7. Even when we're physically alone, we're mentally in a crowded room because of notifications and the constant stream of information. Feels like we've traded true quiet for this state of constant accessibility. Do you feel like you can ever truly unplug, or does the digital noise just follow you everywhere?
Okay, so now tell me that what are the benefits of spending time in silence?
It's like a reset button for your brain. Gives you a chance to actually hear your own thoughts without all the external noise. Most people find it helps them process emotions, spark a bit of creativity, or just lower their stress levels. It's the only way to. You can really recharge your batteries mentally. Do you have a specific place or time where you go just to get some quiet?
So tell me that why do some people feel uncomfortable in complete silence?
I think for a lot of people, silence acts like a mirror. When there's no noise to distract them, they're left alone with their own thoughts, and some of those thoughts can be uncomfortable or overwhelming. There's also that social pressure to fill the gaps. We're often conditioned to think that a pause in conversation means something is wrong or that the other person is bored. So the silence starts to feel like a problem that needs to be fixed rather than a space to just be. Do you think you're one of those people who feels the need to fill the silence?
So tell me that how do different cultures view silence and quietness?
It varies wildly. In some places, like Japan or Finland, silence is often seen as a sign of respect, wisdom, or just a natural part of the conversation. They don't feel that same pressure to fill every gap. But in a lot of Western cultures, especially in the US, silence can be seen as awkward or even a sign of tension.
Okay, Maya,
It's
enough.
like we're taught that Pokemon?
So I hope you
But
liked our conversation. We will meet inshallah. Okay, Allah Hafiz.